All right, everybody, get ready for this deep dive because we were talking Mega Millions. You know, that jackpot is pushing a historic $1 billion, and Christmas Eve is the next drawing. So
It's crazy.
I feel like there's a lot of holiday spirit, but also a little lottery fever going around too.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, when you have a jackpot that big, it's hard not to think about all the possibilities, right?
Right. You've given me some research about this, and you've told me about some articles you read about this and everything. What makes this year so special in the world of Mega Millions? Give me the inside scoop.
Well, what's really fascinating is that this isn't just any big jackpot, It's actually part of a trend that's turning 2024 into like a year of lottery legends.
Okay.
So what's remarkable is that every single Mega Millions jackpot won this year is set to rank among the top 10 largest prizes of all time.
Wow.
That's never happened before.
That's huge.
We're talking about a year that's rewriting the lottery record books.
So it's not just this almost billion-dollar jackpot that's got everyone buzzing. It's like the whole year leading up to it.
Yeah, exactly. It's like this buildup of excitement.
Okay, so let's break down some of these other massive wins from this year. Like, what are we talking? How much money are we talking about?
All right, so let's start back in March when a mysterious winner in New Jersey snagged a mind-blowing $1.13 billion prize.
Okay.
Now, here's where it gets really interesting. This winner still hasn't come forward to claim their prize.
Oh, wow.
Almost 9 months later. And we're all left wondering who they are and why they're keeping such a massive secret.
That is wild. You'd think with that kind of money, you'd be shouting it from the rooftops. Maybe they're still trying to figure out how to tell their cat that they're now a multi-billionaire.
Yeah.
Or maybe they're just on a year-long shopping spree, just like buying everything incognito. I don't know. We can only speculate.
Exactly. It just adds a whole other layer of intrigue to the whole lottery narrative. But then fast forward to June, and we see a different kind of win. One that highlights how technology is transforming even the most traditional games,
Right.
An Illinois player won $552 million. And get this, they bought their ticket online.
Well,
That's a first for Mega Millions, like a real game changer.
wow, that is a game changer. I guess everything really is going digital these days, huh?
Yeah.
Even winning the lottery. So what was the third big win of this most unusual jackpot year?
All right, so the third one hit in September, landed in Texas. Hefty $800 million jackpot.
Oh, wow.
Now, this winner chose the lump sum payout option, which meant they walked away with over $409 million before taxes.
Okay, let's pause right there for a second because I know this comes up a lot when we talk about big lottery wins. What's the difference between taking the annuity spread out over years and grabbing that giant lump sum of cash all at once?
Yeah, that's a great question. It's one that every winner has to grapple with. So with the annuity, you get guaranteed payments over a set period, usually around 30 years. Provides a sense of security and consistent income, right?
Right.
But the lump sum, that's instant gratification. A mountain of cash to do with as you please.
So which one is the better choice? Or is it all about what kind of person you are?
Yeah, I think it really depends.
Instant gratification versus planning for the long haul.
There's no one-size-fits-all answer. The best choice depends on individual circumstances, financial goals, even personality,
Right.
Some people prefer the steady stream of income from the annuity, while others want the freedom and control that comes with a lump sum.
Yeah.
It's a fascinating dilemma, to say the least, one that I'm sure sparks a lot of debate among winners and their newly hired financial advisors.
Oh, I bet. All right, so we've got these record-breaking wins setting the stage, and now we're heading into the holiday season. With a jackpot that's edging closer and closer to $1 billion, is December a particularly lucky month for Mega Millions players? I mean, isn't there something about the holidays that just feels lucky?
Well, December has been quite kind to Mega Millions players in the past. Historically, they've had 13 jackpots won during the holiday season.
Oh, wow.
Which adds a little festive sparkle to the whole lottery phenomenon, right? But here's a fun fact. No one has ever won the Mega Millions jackpot on Christmas Day.
Really?
Could this be the year that changes?
Ooh, that's a good question. Are we due for a Christmas miracle win? I mean, someone has to win eventually, right?
Statistically speaking, the odds of winning the Mega Millions jackpot are about 1 in 302.5 million.
Oh.
Not exactly in your favor, but hey, someone has to defy the odds eventually.
Okay, so those odds may be astronomical, but let's indulge in a little holiday daydreaming here. If you were lucky enough to win this Mega Millions jackpot, what would you do with all that money? And remember, we talked about those two payout options, the annuity and the lump sum. What kind of impact would each of those have on your life? What would you do differently if you had that choice to make?
That's the ultimate what-if scenario, isn't it? And it's a question that forces us to confront our values, priorities, and our wildest dreams, right?
Exactly. It's not just about the money, it's about the possibilities that come with it. The choices you'd have to make, the impact you could have on the world, even the challenges you might face. It's a thought experiment that takes us beyond the headlines and into the heart of what it means to win big.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's a journey that I think we're all kind of on together, right?
Yeah.
Whether we're actually playing the lottery or just enjoying the thrill of the possibility.
Right, it's that shared dream that connects us.
Yeah, it's easy to get swept up in the fantasy of winning, you
Right.
know? But the reality is that managing a sudden influx of wealth comes with its own set of complexities and challenges.
Right, it's not all champagne wishes and caviar dreams, is it? So let's get practical for a moment.
Yeah.
Let's say someone listening right now realizes they are holding the winning ticket. What are the first things they should do besides maybe doing a victory dance around the living room?
Well, as tempting as that victory dance might be, the most important first step is to secure that ticket. Sign the back immediately to establish ownership. Then take a deep breath. Resist the urge to make any hasty decisions. This is a life-altering event, and you'll want to approach it with a clear head and a solid plan.
Okay, sign the ticket, take a deep breath, got it.
Yeah.
But then what? Do you march right down to lottery headquarters, hire an entourage of lawyers and financial advisors? Who do you even call first?
Well, you're definitely going to want to assemble a trusted team of professionals.
Right.
A lawyer experienced in handling large estates, a financial advisor who can guide you through investment strategies, and possibly a tax specialist to navigate the complexities of your newfound wealth.
Okay, so basically don't go it alone. It's like building a superhero team, but instead of fighting villains, you're tackling a mountain of money. And I imagine this team helps you avoid becoming a target for all sorts of scams and schemes, right?
Absolutely. Lottery winners, unfortunately, can become easy targets for those looking to take advantage of their sudden fortune.
Right.
Discretion is key in the early stages. You don't have to announce your win to the world, at least not until you have a plan in place and your team is ready to handle the inevitable influx of attention.
Right, so maybe hold off on those social media posts showing off your new private jet for now. Okay, so you got your team assembled, you're laying low. What are some of the things people should be thinking about when it comes to managing that kind of money? It sounds like it could be overwhelming.
Well, one of the first things to consider is, of course, taxes. A significant portion of any lottery winnings will go to the government.
Right.
It's crucial to factor that in from the start to avoid any unpleasant surprises down the line.
Right. Uncle Sam always wants his cut. So after you've paid your dues to the tax man, where do you even begin to invest that kind of money?
That's where your financial advisor steps in. They'll help you create a diversified investment portfolio tailored to your goals and risk tolerance. We're talking about a mix of assets, stocks, bonds, real estate, perhaps even venture capital or philanthropic endeavors.
Okay, so it's not just about stuffing it all into your mattress or buying a solid gold yacht.
Not exactly, though a bit of indulgence is certainly understandable. But a well-structured investment plan is essential for preserving and growing your wealth over time.
This is starting to sound pretty complex. But I guess that's why you have that team of experts, right? They can navigate the financial maze while you're off test driving that solid gold yacht. Metaphorically speaking, of course.
Exactly. And beyond investments, there are other important aspects to consider, like estate planning, setting up trusts for your loved ones, creating or updating your will, ensuring you have adequate insurance. All of these become even more critical when you're dealing with this level of wealth.
It's like stepping into a whole new world, a world where financial decisions have a much bigger impact, and you need a whole new set of tools to navigate it. It's a lot more than just figuring out how to spend $1 billion. It's about managing a fundamental shift in your financial reality.
Precisely. And that can be a challenging adjustment even for the most level-headed individuals. There are emotional and psychological aspects to consider as well.
So beyond the financial maze, what are some of the other challenges that lottery winners often face? I imagine it's not all smooth sailing, even with $1 billion in the bank.
One common challenge is the sudden influx of attention and requests from family, friends, and even complete strangers.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone seems to have an opinion on how you should spend your money or a sob story about why they deserve a piece of the pie.
Oh, yeah. I can only imagine it's like suddenly everyone you've ever met becomes your best friend. And they all have a great investment opportunity or a worthy cause that needs your immediate attention.
Exactly. Setting boundaries and learning to say no becomes crucial. It's about protecting yourself and your wealth, but also about preserving your relationships.
Right, because I can see how that sudden influx of attention, those constant requests, could really strain relationships with people you've known your whole life.
Absolutely. It's important to have open and honest conversations with loved ones about your intentions and your limitations. It's about finding a balance between generosity and self-preservation.
I bet those are some tough conversations to have. But essential nonetheless. It's also important to remember that winning the lottery, while incredibly exciting, doesn't magically solve all of life's problems.
That's a crucial point. Money can provide a certain level of security and open up amazing opportunities, but it doesn't automatically bring happiness or fulfillment. Some lottery winners have even reported feeling isolated, lost, or even guilty after their windfall.
That's really interesting. It
Right.
makes sense, though. It's such a massive life change. And it probably takes time to adjust to a new way of life, to figure out who you are in this new reality.
Absolutely. And that's why seeking support is so important, whether from therapists, financial advisors, or even support groups specifically for lottery winners. There are people who understand what you're going through and can provide guidance and perspective as you navigate this uncharted territory.
It's like joining a secret society, a club for those who have experienced the unique joys and challenges of winning big. It's a reminder that even with $1 billion, you're not alone. And there are people who can help you navigate this new chapter of your life. Okay, so we've talked about the practical steps and the financial hurdles, even the potential pitfalls of winning a life-changing amount of money. But let's shift gears for a moment and tack into that sense of wonder and possibility that the lottery embodies.
Yeah, I mean, it's easy to get bogged down in the logistics, but the heart of the matter is the dream, isn't it? That spark of hope that ignites our imaginations and makes us believe that anything is possible.
Exactly. So let's go back to that billion-dollar question. What would you do with that kind of money? What dreams would you chase? What impact would you want to make on the world?
Well, for me, education has always been a driving force. I'd love to establish a foundation to provide scholarships and educational opportunities for underprivileged students, empower them to pursue their dreams and make a difference in the world.
That's amazing. It's inspiring to hear about people using their wealth to create positive change and give back to their communities. What about you? What's on your billion-dollar bucket list?
Oh, I have a few ideas. I'd love to travel the world, experiencing different cultures and expanding my horizons. Maybe even learn a new language or two along the way.
I'm with you on that. Exploring new places, immersing myself in different cultures, that's definitely at the top of my list. And hey, with $1 billion, we could even travel together. Private jet, anyone.
Now you're talking. But beyond the grand adventures, I think there's something to be said for the simple pleasures too. Spending time with loved ones, pursuing hobbies, giving back to my community. Those are the things that truly enrich life, regardless of your bank account balance.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
It's easy to get caught up in the material aspects of wealth. But ultimately, it's the experiences, the connections, the impact we make on others that truly matters.
And that brings us to an interesting question. Why are we all so captivated by the idea of winning the lottery in the first place? What is it about that dream of instant riches that has such a hold on our collective imagination?
I think it taps into a deep-seated desire for freedom and security. Winning the lottery represents financial independence, the ability to escape from debt worries and the daily grind. It's a chance to exhale and feel a sense of relief.
It's a symbolic escape hatch from the pressures of modern life, a chance to rewrite your story and create a new reality. And it's not just about financial security, it's about the possibilities that open up when you have that kind of wealth, the doors that swing wide open, the dreams you can finally pursue.
It's like a blank slate, an invitation to create the life you've always envisioned. And even if we don't win the lottery ourselves, there's a vicarious thrill in imagining what it would be like, in following the stories of those who have defied the odds and experienced that life-altering moment.
It's the classic rags to riches narrative, a story that's deeply ingrained in our culture. We love to hear about the underdog who triumphs the ordinary person who becomes extraordinary overnight.
And the lottery, in many ways, represents the ultimate underdog story. It's a chance for anyone, regardless of their background or circumstances, to achieve financial freedom and create a new destiny.
It's a powerful symbol of hope and possibility, a reminder that luck can strike at any moment, and that dreams, no matter how audacious, are always worth pursuing.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into the world of Mega Millions, I think we've uncovered more than just facts and figures. We've explored the psychology of winning the challenges and opportunities that come with sudden wealth and the enduring power of dreams.
Yeah, it's been a fascinating journey, a reminder that even in a world of statistics and odds, there's always room for a little bit of magic and a whole lot of hope.
And who knows, maybe one of our listeners will be the lucky one to defy those odds and experience that life-changing moment. But even if not, I think this conversation has been a valuable reminder to appreciate the good things we already have in our lives, to stay open to possibilities, and to never stop dreaming big.
Beautifully said. And remember, even if you don't win the Mega Millions, life itself is a lottery full of unexpected twists and turns, moments of joy and serendipity. Embrace the adventure, cherish the journey, and who knows what incredible experiences await just around the corner.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of Mega Millions and the dreams it inspires. Until next time, keep your eyes on the prize, but don't forget to savor the richness of the present moment.